Hi, I am so excited to share. I've been the past week speaking about my new book, Courting the Virgin Queen, and I've had a couple of great talks with audiences in the last week. And I wanted to share one of the questions that I was asked, and that was how involved was Parliament in the courtships of Elizabeth I? Were they really involved, or was it really up to her? And it's an interesting question. As soon as Elizabeth I became queen in 1558, when she held her first parliament after her coronation in 1559, one of the things that both houses, the House of Lords and the House of Commons, insisted in their remarks to her was that she get married and that she get on it right away so that she could have a son to secure the future of the dynasty. You might recall, the story of Henry VIII, just how hard he tried and how many people he married, how many wives he married in his quest for a son. Having a son to secure the dynasty was a big job of the monarch. And Parliament believed that, especially since Elizabeth was that terrible thing, a woman on the throne as sovereign, she needed to get right to it, to get married and produce an heir for the future. In fact, even William Cecil, her wonderful counselor, who was so loyal and devoted, wrote to his friend, God send our mistress a husband, and by him a son. And the reason he was so eager for that was because that son would secure the future for their posterity. In other words, Elizabeth herself was looked at as a vehicle to secure the future rather than as a source of power. As a sovereign queen, a regnant queen, the monarch, and a woman, Elizabeth was viewed quite differently than the previous monarchs. And Parliament and the Privy Council, other counselors, ambassadors, heads of state, all of whom, in that case, were male, were insistent that they knew better than Elizabeth what she should do. Elizabeth herself, however, did not view her role as queen as merely a vehicle for the future, but as the source of power. And that famous thing she is reported to have said, I will have but one mistress here and no master, did turn out to be the theme of her reign. So I'll be sharing more about some of my talks, the questions I get about courting the Virgin Queen, the story of a woman who was herself the source of power and took England through all kinds of trouble to come out safely and Gloriana, the Virgin Queen, on the other side. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the book, and I'd love to hear from you.